This episode of Speakers of Eidolon is made possible by our generous patrons. Special thanks to our supreme and master speakers, Omejicat Comet, Erisu Yamakawa, Circa Barakeel, Remy Asalia, Arcadia Lunarshine, Alex Franco AV, Casey Schaefer, Azuta Starbreeze, Cletus Oreo, Nina Grimsdaughter, Nat Clay, Lily Black, Bob CC, Mikta Rabentau, Faris Jantoru, Sapa Chakwatol, Edwin, Umbral Wind, Quick Levin, Winebow Brood, Pamela Isley, Camille Grinnell, Elenriel Maximus, Codrid No, Mira Miri, Bay Barbale, Suno Chicano, Celesto Notrell, Lazy Boy, A Bag of Dragon Knight, Luke Osborne, Pandaloo Storm Arrow, Tex, Yowie Wowie, Kai Lin, and Chibi Duo. Support the show and become a patron today at patreon.com/speakersxiv. Thank you.
This is Speakers of Eidolon.
Good evening, Eorzeans. Welcome to Speakers of Eidolon, episode 260. I am Lakeel Bravestone, and I'm joined today by Georgi Wiston, Rollo Des, and Mela Vanadar.
Hey. Rollo looks just like Doug Dimmadome.
Mela, you fucker. You steal my reference.
Doug Dimmadome? Dimdale Dimmadome?
That Doug Dimmadome?
You didn't even present it properly. It doesn't even make any sense. Hey, Rollo, you look like Doug Dimmadome. Okay, well, welcome to episode 260. It is August the 21st, 2021. And yes, if you watched the past two episodes of this show, you might have been... This is to the people in the past, in our past. You might have been confused when looking... I don't know... It said July in the past two episodes. It is now August. It has been August for 2 weeks, everyone. Actually, this is the third week of August. So, sorry about that. No one noticed, though. No one noticed. Not even...
We just extended Hot Girl Summer a little bit.
Right,
Yeah,
right. Welcome to, anyways, episode 260. We're only 9 episodes away from the sacred number. So...
Been a while since that.
Yeah. So in this episode, we will continue our Shadowbringers review. We will talk about the dungeons this time, which will be interesting. And also, The Rising 2021, it's coming. And we will review this year's Moonfire Faire event. We'll also be reading MogMail. That is important. We have to get some MogMail. Actually...
Probably shift it around.
Yeah, I think we'll pop it in the front after recent events. So we'll make sure we'll read some MogMail today. All right. Stay tuned for the post show. We will be answering questions from the Syndicate. There will not be a minimum eye level because we failed. And while I started putting it together, there is this...
Sense of dread?
There is a mood change when you start to realize that you're gonna fail the run, and we just stop being funny at the end. We're just like, oh, we're gonna do it. So there you go. We're not gonna. If we fail a dungeon, there won't be a YouTube video. So sorry about that. We'll be answering questions from the Syndicate. We have a lot of questions actually. So there you go. Let's jump into.
Take a breath.
Let's jump into recent recent events. Here it comes. Professional podcasts, 7 years running, everyone. 7 years of this, and I still can't run recent events. Here it goes. Let's jump into recent events.
So are we going to recent events?
Lakeel, I need to know. I've always wondered in the years I've been on this podcast, can people hear us in between those like transitions?
Yes.
They can? Okay, sometimes I thought they couldn't.
Okay. No, definitely, you can definitely hear us during that. So be careful, Rollo, in the future. Oh, wow, we've been like in a minefield all these years. We're also been like, is this the time to bring that up?
I wanted to explode with the most offensive of content.
Anyways, first story. All Worlds maintenance is scheduled for August 24th. That'll be hot fixes for patch 5.58. They will also conduct maintenance on the infrastructure. So 14 will be unavailable from August 24th, 1 a.m. GMT. That's an odd time. 1 a.m. GMT. Sorry, 2 a.m. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, sorry. We're doing GMT here. 1 a.m. GMT to 10 a.m. GMT.
That's long.
Really long for a hotfix patch.
Yeah.
That's 9 hours.
Infrastructure, though.
It is infrastructure.
Infrastructure is an interesting choice of words. I guess that's more network
Possibly.
than anything else.
Well, it's a good time for Europe because that's definitely off-peak hours for Europe. So
Yeah, you should all be tucked up in bed by then.
Yeah.
Where else?
Well, by your schedule, you definitely would be.
You've been in bed for 6 hours at that point.
Oh, yeah.
When
Yes.
maintenance begins. Yes. I don't know what that time would be in. Do I even want to try? I'm gonna guess 6 hours behind for Eastern. So that's
Wait.
2, 1, midnight, 11, 10, 9,
7.
8, 7. So 7.
Yeah, 7.
7 p.m.
All right.
Well, but
So-
it's actually 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Perfect gaming time for Americans.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's just like just when I get off work.
Just
Yeah.
when awful.
So it's
No, that
for
means then it's when I'm like at work, so I don't care.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
fine for everyone other than Americans.
Okay. There's also been apparently a lot of scam stuff going on. This is a different story. There's a lot of suspicious URLs and websites. Now, I feel we've had this talk before. Who in 2021 clicks on links from randoms that they don't know or from like sketchy emails that are like, we are Square Onyx and your account has been looked. Like, you don't click links like that.
It's not normally that obvious. Normally they try and replace things like the L with a 1 or something.
Yeah. But wow, there's like this art to like scam emails. They try to sift out the intelligent ones. This is like literally what they do, right? That's why scam
That's
emails
true.
are so like weird, because they want the people that don't really read properly that to get them. That's how they do that. Don't click links unless you
Don't
have
ever-
specifically asked for it, or if it's like a newsletter you recognize and you expect.
But click all our links, every single link.
All of
click
our
it.
links will always be fine.
Yeah.
But so I don't know why that made it sound. We are not scamming you. We would never send you email.
But please click our links.
Okay. Thank you, Rollo.
Our Discord links.
All right. As we have mentioned, this is a post on the Lodestone. As we have mentioned in the past, we have confirmed that certain individuals are attempting to direct players to fake login websites, which imitate the Square Enix account management system, in an effort to steal, also known as phishing, information such as their Square Enix ID and password, as well as date of birth. So this is a bit of a different thing. Like this, I mean, it's not really that different. You get a link to what's supposed to be a login site. Now, what I always wonder... Okay, maybe they'll explain it here. In-game phishing. So there's in-game phishing. We have also confirmed similar attempts in-game, which direct players to fake pages imitating Square Enix websites, including the support center, the Lodestone, and the official Final Fantasy XIV forums. Before opening any URLs you may see in-game, via tell, say, etc., we urge you to confirm that they are legitimate and not a fraudulent imitation.
I think in-game, right, if someone sends you a link, you have to highlight it, and every time someone sends a new message, it will unhighlight it. So to have gone through the effort of actually getting that URL copied and then pasted into a browser, at that point, just take a moment to think about what you're actually going to.
Yeah.
I believe that's part of why they've never made links directly clickable in-game.
I'm fine with that, yeah.
They want people to have to at least think before they go to the
Think
URL.
before you
Yeah.
click.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just think. Hear, feel, think before you click that link. You can have that for free, Square
Nice.
Enix. There you go.
Yeah.
That's your.
Wow.
It's like a
That was really
bad
good.
drug PSA.
No, it's like
like
a good
that.
drug PSA.
Yeah. How to detect fake Square Enix websites. The Square Enix account management system complies with EV SSL certification. Should a website ask for your Square Enix account information, please make sure that the website is legitimate before entering any information. On certain web browsers, the address bar will display an icon indicating the website security certificate. On a legitimate Square Enix account management system login page, clicking the security icon will display references to Square Enix Company Limited. On a legitimate website operated by Square Enix Company Limited, no other pages apart from login pages will require password entry, nor will any of our staff ever ask you for your password. Yeah, this is scamming 101. No institution will ever ask you for your password unless it's literally a login screen. Like no one will be like, "Oh, can you just give me your password real quick?" That's sketch. Bail. That is not real. I also always do that. I always click on the that's the thing that I've started doing, clicking the certification thing. I got an email from Google. You know that Google sometimes do the security checkup every now and then, and I got an email from Google, and I'm so paranoid. I'm like, security checkup. I'm like, I click the link. I'm like, oh, this looks. They like log in, and I'm like, oh, this is sketchy. I'm like, it's not sketchy at all. It's actually the login screen. But yeah, it's be vigilant. It's dangerous out there. Examples of characteristics used in phishing URLs. So here you go. The S is missing from HTTPS. That's a
It's not secure.
It's not secure. The fake website will display HTTP in the URL. The hyphen symbol is missing from Square Enix. So Square hyphen Enix. The fake website will display variations of Square Enix in the URL. So look out for the hyphen. The letter I is replaced with various characters like L or J. The fake website will display Square Enix or Square Enix. The com in SquareEnix.com is replaced by various domains. I like SquareEnix.biz or SquareEnix.net. Like, there's a lot of
SquareEnix.ru.
This is not.
That's where I get all my Krista from.
Yeah,
It's not a definitive list of examples of false websites. These are just probably the ones you're most likely to encounter. But
right. Yeah.
be on the lookout for other things as well.
Yes.
EK.
SquareEnix.pixo.com. Square Enix. There's a lot of good ones out there.
GeoCities.SquareEnix.
What was that good one? .tk.
Oh my
Remember that?
God! Yes, I remember that. Those were were those free? I think those were free.
Yeah, they were. They were
domains.
free, like domain mask.
What country code is TK?
It was a fake one, I think. Oh, I can't remember.
feel
Also,
like
please stop posting fake URLs in chat just in case.
Yeah, just in case. Let's not do. You might accidentally stumble upon one of the scam websites. So yeah, they on the Load Zone. You should check it out if you're worried about the scam stuff. Go check out they have the links to all the actual websites on there. And if you have already visited a fake Square Enix website, I'm so sorry, because now you have to deal with customer support, which I personally have never had a lot of problems. We've had this discussion before, but I have read so many horror stories about Square Enix support. So
yeah, be careful.
May the 12 be with you.
Maybe we're just so lucky because we're cool streamers. They give us priority in conversation.
Yes.
But sincerely,
that's why.
I've personally never had any rough troubles with any Square Enix support.
No.
But I fully believe people that have had shitty experiences.
Yeah. If you believe you have visited or entered your account information on a fake website, we recommend scanning your system with anti-malware or antivirus software and changing your password immediately. For increased... Oh, Did you hear that? That was a bird while talking, but that was accidental. So there you go. That's an
Could have
analysis
really gone over
of that situation. No, I like to explain the
sure.
bird.
Break the flow of conversation.
Yeah.
Because if they're driving, they
Remember,
won't.
if you're driving, you'll be like, well, hold on a second there. So there you go.
Veered right into the curb.
Right, because they would be thinking about it. They're like, I'm pretty sure, is there something wrong with my stereo? Or, oh my God, are you listening to me? Are you right now in a car listening to me in this? I'm sorry, I have to do this. Okay. Please drive safe.
Don't miss your exit on the highway.
Like a bus full of nuns on fire behind them.
Okay, anyways. For increased account security, we strongly recommend adding a one-time password to your account. This.
A one-time
I have one-time password on everything I own.
Two-factor authentication is like as secure as you can get. You can't beat it.
You're safe when you
Even if you give away your password to all your friends.
Three-factor authentication.
if there was such a thing, I would have a three-factor authentication.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I wish?
What?
I wish physical authentication was more of a thing, where it's like, all right, you want to log in? Plug in your USB stick. That's your key, baby.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I would love that. I don't want to put in my two-factor authentication password every time.
True.
It's too long.
It's annoying. But
give me the physical USB, please. That'd be cool.
Have they not just recently added like a way to on? I think this is 14, where you can like check a box that says remember, or you don't require two-factor authentication on this computer. I think that's not on the game launcher, but I think it's on like their website. I feel like someone posted a screenshot of that recently that I've seen.
Possibly.
Please,
it's a thing on a few systems.
Add that to the launcher.
It's also two-factor authentication is easier than ever in 14. Now that you don't need the specific Square Enix app.
That's true.
True. Okay, well there you go. That's our security checkup for this year, hopefully.
This year.
We'll see you next year for the.
We'll see you next year for the. We'll do our checkup again around this time next year.
Yeah. Stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe. Don't. All right, Mana data center. Sorry. Moving on. A stress test, as is tradition before a expansion. There's a stress test scheduled for August 27th. There's a twist this year, though. I'll just read the post first. In preparation for the release of Endwalker, we'll be performing a stress test, and I guess the twist is now being revealed, on the Mana data center on Friday, 27th of August to verify server stability with the Duty Finder and the overall data center. As this type of test requires the participation of numerous player-controlled characters, we would like to request the assistance of players from the Mana data center. Please note that this stress test will not be performed on the North American and European data centers, as we have already obtained sufficient data alongside the high levels of activity in recent weeks.
That's funny.
That is funny. They've already been through the stress test.
Only our Japanese players will have the perfect launch
Only
experience.
the deserted Mana data center right now will require the 4 players on Mana data center. Please log on for this date, Friday the 27th of August, 2021, 11:30. I'm sorry, I love you. I love you all.
How popular is WoW in Japan? Like, was there any sort of exodus from WoW in Japan to 14 in the same way that it's happened in the Western communities?
I don't think so, because I know Japan's a very console-oriented gaming market.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's the whole reason we have the PS5 version and the PS4 version.
I think PC gaming in the past 10 years has definitely taken off in Japan, but I don't think WoW's that big. I think they probably get a lot of Korean imports and
apparently there's apparently no at least official Japanese translation of WoW. So
okay.
Yeah. So so it's probably not
that
that
Chinese
big.
one though.
Yeah, there is a Chinese one.
Oh yeah, but that's a separate client.
Yeah. That's with every MMO that's in China.
No bones.
No, bone is bread. Bone is bread.
That's not true. They can have bone. They just It's other reasons they do that.
Well, they still changed bone
They
from
changed
bread.
so much.
That has
Yes.
happened, and that is only in the Japanese client, right? Or no, it was
Chinese
pushed.
client?
Chinese.
Sorry, Chinese client, right?
Yeah.
Or was it pushed
Yeah.
to
I
everyone?
don't know. I don't know if we need to talk about this when we don't necessarily know
No.
the answers.
Four morons guess at World of Warcraft information.
In a country we don't even live in.
That's so true. Thank God. Anyways, Moonfire Faire happened.
Yeah.
It's nearing the end. It ends on Tuesday. No.
Make sure you do it.
Yeah,
Honor.
Tuesday. It ends
Is
on
it this Tuesday? Only a 2-week event?
Yeah, that sounds about right. And it chucks onto the right. It might finish on the Rising's Friday,
27th.
27th.
27th, so that's
But it
Thursday.
usually transitions directly
No.
into the Rising.
Yeah.
Forces
Friday.
events are so short.
Yeah. Yeah, it's,
I mean, we
it's
have
short.
so many of them.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot happening just at
And they
this-
only happen for one day.
Yeah. So let's review it. It's a Moonfire Faire event. Now, disclaimer: Roll hasn't done it, so we'll just spoil
No
it for
comment
Rollo.
for me.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we're just gonna sit here and spoil it for Rollo.
You better listen.
Not much of a story to spoil, as you would expect from a seasonal event, especially Moonfire Faire. There's well, where do we begin? It's ice cream. It's not ice cream. It's just ice. Is it ice cream? Do they actually call it ice cream?
Yellow or something. isn't
Yeah, hielo.
Yeah.
Oh, yellow.
Yeah,
it? Yeah,
hielo.
yellow.
Yeah,
That's like, it sounds like Spanish for ice. So
it probably is. Yeah,
It
yeah.
probably
I think
is.
it's based
Yeah,
on it.
it's going with the.
Basically, a culinarian is making the greatest ice dessert for Master. What's he called? Gegaruju.
Gegaruju, yeah, whatever his name is. Yeah.
And she goes on a ship to the north. Is it the Northern Empty or the islands to the north? I
They
guess.
just says the Northern Seas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
the Northern Seas. They didn't specify where.
up north to get ice because they're a perfectionist or some stupid.
Yeah, they
some
wanted
life
they
or
wanted
whatever.
like the perfect. They wanted it to be perfect,
Mm.
essentially.
And then they get capsized on the way back, and they have crates full of ice which hasn't melted, and they've brought back some Pokemon with them.
They,
Polar
Pokemon
bears.
polar bears.
yeah.
They were cute.
Cute little polar
Fox's
bears.
Glacier mint polar bears.
We also learned that the reason why it all went to shit was because there was a bomb in the
Well, a number of
cargo.
bombs.
Yeah, there was a
Bomb in the ice. Bomb in the ice.
bomb in the eyes, bomb in the eyes, and now we have to kill it because it's
Because we can't just. We can't just let it be.
no.
We have to kill
I mean,
it.
it's an
We
invasive,
stole its ice.
It's an invasive species, Mela.
We kidnapped it, and now we're gonna kill it.
We not
I
only
mean-
not only we stole its ice and
We stole-
kidnapped
yeah.
it. That's
Yeah,
what we did.
We
And
took
now we're
its
like,
home and brought its home back
and
to
then we're
our
like,
land, and now
how
we're going
dare
to kill
you
it.
be here? Here, you're an invasive species. You're going to die.
It's invading because we brought it over.
Oh my god, you're invading us.
Mela, it's a void scent. It shouldn't be here at all.
That is true.
That's true. That's a good point.
It may have been the void scent that got trapped in the ice and couldn't get back to the void.
Right. Yes.
Now it's really angry.
Can
Well,
Pokemon return by choice if they're not of the higher tiers?
I don't know enough about void scent to answer that, but probably not. To be fair,
no. Okay. So that's a fate. So once you
it was a fate event.
once you
Yeah.
like discover the bomb, you're like you go back and you're like, okay, well we have the ice, but now we have this big fucking bomb flying around, and it's like you probably should kill it. And we're like, all right,
Mhm.
we'll go kill it, I guess. So now you have to do a fate, which is actually just a very normal fate. It's not like the ones where you have to dance
Yeah.
and shit. It's just
Oh yeah,
you
it's
just
super
kill
boring.
it. Which is
Very
weird
It's
because
remarkably
Yeah.
standard for
Yeah.
this event.
yeah. It's weird because I expected there to be some sort of gimmick. There always is for Moonfire Faire, but this was just a straight normal.
Nope, you just
Yeah.
avoid some AOE's.
Yeah. So you kill it, you go back, and then we have to like go. We talk. You that ends that quest, and then there's another quest with the culinarian dude. where he's like, you have to tell everyone, like, get everyone here or whatever, right? Isn't that what we're doing? I don't remember exactly how it was.
Yeah,
started
she's
off.
finished up making the yellow and wants to show it off.
And then we get help from two groups that we've seen before in Moonfire Faire, the Alchemist and the... Wait, where are they from, actually? I don't remember. They were from...
The Young Adventurer. No, they're both from Moonfire Faire.
Yeah.
Okay. I believe the Alchemist was from last year when she was helping us create the bomb to fight off the shark, and then the Mikote Adventurers from the 2 years previous to that.
Yeah.
And then we'll go around telling them that there's this dish you need to see, including Gegaruju. I don't remember his name. It is Gegaruju. It is Gegaruju. Okay. And that's it. We get it presented. It's this this ice creation.
It's cute. It has an animation.
Yes, it does. And then we get to see the polar bear do like the skill in the sky.
They wave at us.
My god, we didn't mention that. Yeah, when you leave in the first quest, they do this like wave, which is really cute.
They sit on the
They're cute.
I wish they had more to do with the actual quest.
Yeah. And that's when he's like, okay, well, this one has taken a liking to you. Yeah. So
because you can also see that they have the 3 different sizes as well, like they did with the Christmas fairs like a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, and that's essentially it. That's the story.
Yeah.
And that's the content. Really.
Very simple one.
Yeah.
I'd give it like a D for story, but probably a B for rewards, because a mount's always a high reward.
I like when we get mounts, even if it is a reskin, it's still,
I still like a mount. Because it's going to be like £5, £6, £7, £8 in
it'll be $5. Seasonal event mounts, I think, are always like $5, aren't they?
Yeah, they're not too cheap
like that. Yeah,
because they're per character.
Mm-hmm.
They're not account-wide mounts.
And also, of course, when you finish the fate, you get 15 tokens, which means you can buy all 3 things once that are new with this fate. So you only have to do it once.
Yeah. So according to chat, there were people complaining that this year's reward was a mount instead of glamour. Is it just because people always want their little
how many
as revealing as possible glamour every summer event?
We already have literally there's so much swimwear in this fucking game. It's embarrassing. How many variations of thongs do you need?
Just tell us what you. Be honest with yourselves.
Be honest. Take a good heart. Go to the mirror right now. Look at yourself and think about what you want. Do you really want another one? Do you want... I know you have a big collection. I know it. I know you have it.
But the thing is, you only use it once a year.
Yeah. That's
and
right.
And you chuck it in the armoire and you don't get a mount. It's valuable.
If you want a swimsuit, go desynthesize some big fish.
Right.
Yeah, you get those nice pareos and stuff, and they're actually nice. And a bit prestigious.
Yeah.
They cost a bit.
I sometimes we can get mounts and glamour. I mean, we got 3 things additional to the mount. It just happened to be an outdoor housing item, and 2 indoor housing items, food.
2 pieces of food, which you can look forward to pay for on the Mog Station.
It was okay.
Yeah,
but
it was all right.
Speaking of bad rewards.
What a segue.
The rising. Well, first of all, we have no idea what the fuck's going on because this is the only line we have. Kippi Yakia is looking around in consternation.
I like how you went Norwegian on it.
Yeah.
Kippi.
Could be Jack, yeah.
Jack.
I think it would be Jack, yeah. I think Kippi works for the what's the name of the Uldan newspaper? I think we're going to get one of those events. Mithril Eye. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I think this will be one of the ones where they acknowledge that newspapers exist in this world.
Yeah.
That's always a plus for me. If they could add one thing to this game, it would be like a newsstand person who they just regularly randomly update with a little bit of text just for fun. That would be nice. There's a moon in the picture, but it's not Dalamud, it's Menfina.
It is Menfina. That's an Endwalker thing, right? So they're just looking towards the next expansion.
Yeah.
It's so romantic, this picture. It's like so kind of wistful.
The Rising is kind of like that, though. It's like
it's nostalgic.
Yeah. Also the subtitle for the Rising is "On your unending road, may each dawn find you safe." So there's that to go off of as well. Now let's talk about these rewards. Red Moon Parasol.
It's like a black mage parasol.
Looks nice. I mean, it's just the logo.
Yeah, it's stylish, but I'm over this umbrella fashion. I think.
Yeah,
I'm honestly surprised we haven't gotten more like fashion items like the umbrella sooner.
Yeah, it's only umbrella.
Yeah, it's like
it's also wings. Thank you very much.
I forget that parasols exist in the game until they remind me like this. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, it's because you have to go into parasol stance to use it.
When do you use this? Like when?
When you're AFK in Limsa
it's
and
AFK in Limsa and R. Wait, how do you ARP? Do you go, ooh,
look at my parasol.
Look at my parasol. I do declare. Like, I feel like there's I feel like you're like, that's like, you remember in olden times when they would like wear umbrellas?
That's right. When it rains.
Yeah.
You gotta roleplay your life in the rain, Nikhil.
Though sometimes I go to the Tempest and put up my umbrella just because I think it's funny.
That's fair.
One day that water will return and it might come crashing down on you.
But you know what Roland does? He just turns it around and it's a boat.
So smart.
I'm prepared.
Parasols are. I have never been a fan of this system, and I think it's it's too tedious because you can't do anything with it. Like you have the umbrella open, and then you try to do anything else, interact with anything, and it's gone. And now you have to bring it back up again. It's a casting timer, and it's stupid. So yeah, there you go. So Red Moon Parasol.
Look forward to that.
And then, of course, what I'm looking forward to the most is the Nemea Potpourri.
Yo, you gotta say that is a pretty nice magicked prism effect, at least.
It is nice, yeah.
It's like flowers in like a green wind circle for Nemea. That's cute. And
unironically, look more forward to that than the Parasol.
More likely to use it.
Yeah.
A 12.
What are you on about?
It mentions 12. That's interesting.
Yeah, it mentions someone in the 12, yes. Yes, it does, Mela.
Well, we've already got Nemea's earrings. Like, they've already done... But that's because Nemea...
We have Menfina's earrings.
Oh, sorry, Menfina's earring. Sorry.
That's true, yeah.
So
who,
They just want to remind us.
They're just pushing a little bit of 12 narrative on it.
I do agree, though, Mela. They are reminding us. So I feel like there is
subtly,
something...
though.
Yeah? What?
They're doing it subtly, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Chucking in the Menfina's earrings.
But we already know we're getting a raid for like the...
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's pretty obvious, but yeah.
They're just using them up till we get to Oshon. That's us.
Sorry, Rollo?
Rollo, what did you say?
Let's just give us like random items related to the 12. Be like, Rauger's left shoe, Thal's J.O. pistol.
Oh my god, Rauger's left shoe, and it would be like a parasol. You use the item, and you just get like one big like clown shoe. That's the kind of shit I would. No, actually, don't. Fuck. If I ever
I would want that even less.
I thought that would be funny. Yeah, so there you go. Look forward to the Rising. That starts on August 27th until the September 9th.
You can tell they hadn't planned for this Rising because unlike every single other Rising event, there is no minion.
True.
There's no cute little... But make another Y'shtola minion again. Just do it.
Yeah, we need another Y'shtola.
Okay, well, that's recent events. I guess we can jump into some MogMail just so we can get at least one out of the way.
Sure, why not?
Here we go. MogMail.
Or like Mog Fail. Got him.
You should never have told him.
Yes.
I should never have told you. All right, this is from Lilithwen LeBlanc. Oh, this is too large to show on. Okay. Hey, speakers. So there's this thing that I haven't been able to get out of my head as we've learned more about Endwalker, and I'd love your perspective since I have not seen a single other person even mention this. Okay, we're going to establish some facts. So, okay, pay attention. Have these
been fact-checked?
No. So, let's hope these are true. There'll be a dungeon inside one of Fandaniel's towers, most likely near Thavnair, based on the Matanga inside it and the benchmark. Do we agree on that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That it's in Thavnair? Probably.
Yeah. Yes.
Probably,
Are there really two dungeons in Thavnair, actually?
I don't know.
They could be part of the same dungeon.
I think
they could. That is true.
Yeah. Towers.
That would be an exciting one.
Yeah. Two towers temper by proximity. True.
That's true.
Yeah. 3 all dungeons will be trust enabled. True.
That's true.
4 our main group of scions do not have the echo. True.
True.
Okay. Facts passed.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can see the issue. If the scions will be going inside a tower but lack the necessary protection to not be tempered, I can think of 3 ways this could be resolved. That's true, actually. That's a good point. They don't have the echo, so they are very vulnerable to like tempering.
We've got 3 solutions already.
Okay, 3 solutions. Good, I like this. A, we turn off the tower tempering somehow before we go inside. Unlikely, in my opinion. I don't think there's much we can do outside. That's fair. I don't think that. What do you do? Pull the plug? Like there's like an electrical outlet. We can just pull it out. B, the scions get the resonant or echo by some means. Also not probable, I think. It seems unlikely the tech for the resonant still exists, and it doesn't feel like something the good guys would do. Yeah, that's also fair.
I definitely agree with B.
Yeah. C, tempering. Okay, so we know you can't be tempered if you've already been claimed. If the glowy figure from 5.55 is Vena / a chunk of Hydaelyn, and if she still has some residual primal powers, and if she's an on and off traveling companion like Emmet Selk or otherwise around frequently, what if the scions volunteered to be tempered so they can go into the tower? We've seen that Zodiark tempering can allow you to act fairly freely with Emmet, and if she also wants the world to not end, then it shouldn't be an impediment. In addition, the tempering could be cleansed afterwards, though something going wrong sounds ripe for drama. True. It's speculation layered on speculation, but something about this theory calls to me. Would love to hear your thoughts. Maybe there's another solution I've overlooked. Thank you. Thanks for all you guys do. Thank you, Lilithwen. That's an interesting problem, I feel like.
A conundrum.
Yeah.
I feel like there'll be a plot point. I feel like option A is sadly probably going to be like shoehorned in somehow. We'd like shoot the tip off the tower and it deactivates or something. Or we rescue all the Amalja first or Matanga first, and then it's no longer a tempering station or something.
Yeah, Rollo.
Well, they're tempering them to Garlemald, not to
that's true.
Right. Go on, Rollo.
But yeah, sorry, Roland.
I think there's also another solution that wasn't mentioned that we've already sort of dealt with before. Just different party members. Like in the first dungeon of Hallminster Switch, you have the Exarch and you have Lena, and I forgot, was it Thancred? I don't remember.
Alphino and Alizair.
Alphino.
That's it, right? You could easily just be like, this is the first dungeon of Endwalker, so you have
Fordola.
Well, who would it be? Yeah, Fordola.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some people with Echo out there that they can just be like, hey, we're helping out for this mission, you know?
Kryl.
Yeah.
Kryl.
What's that woman that Aura called? Mikoto?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
she might jump back into the story.
Do you think they would bring Mikoto into the MSQ?
I don't know.
Yeah. Are involved if he can.
He can be in a wheelchair.
I don't know, maybe we like shoot him with healing bullets.
He's still in the wheelchair, but it's still like because the game is spaghetti, he still has to move just normally. So he just like
no,
and he's the tank as well.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I think that's unlikely.
I think Fordola though. I think Fordola and like Kryl's definitely going to be in the story. And they can chuck someone else in, maybe Mikoto or someone else.
Yeah.
Chat is bringing up something that has occurred before, which is that we can shield people from the Echo. now. We've done it, not the Echo, from Tempering, sorry. Which we've done it on a smaller scale, but how much more powerful are we than before? And maybe whoever that other person is that's with us,
Right.
that we suspect is like Vanar or Heidelin, might be able to like boost our powers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
that's true.
It's
And for our
probably the
bubble.
most uninteresting like, solution in my mind,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't be surprised if that's the result.
Yeah. I don't know if they're gonna like linger. I mean, we've already made tempering not scary because we literally have the cure. So yeah. I don't know. I think it sounds likely.
This is an interesting question. The problem is it would have been more interesting like an expansion ago, and like they've essentially negated it as a problem.
Well, there's like super tempering. You can't come back from it.
Oh, damn.
Please don't you
I
mean,
dare do
Can't
that.
come back from a super temper.
Isn't that the idea behind like the drowned and like some types of tempering can't be reversed?
Well, it's like
If you
like
go
temper for
too
long.
far, it like alters your body.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
They could accelerate it. Super tempering too.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's I think that's
I like that.
yeah, I like
I
that.
like that.
Thank you. Lilithwin LeBlanc.
Thank you.
Matt LeBlanc.
Good question.
I think that's what we have for MogMail. Because we kind of have to do the review as well. So thank you for the MogMail. Remember to send in MogMail at speakersxiv.com/MogMail. We'll make sure we read more next week as well. All right, let's jump into our review of Shadowbringers. This is part 3.
Well,
Well,
the
it's
second main chunk.
well, it is
Troy.
it is part 3 because we had to split MSQ into 2.
Yeah.
We've fucked up the part system, but let's just
sorry.
for simplicity's sake, this is the 3rd episode where we do it on. Therefore,
That's
part
true.
3.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about dungeons that so we've gone through the MSQ and we had to skip the dungeons because that's a separate part. Let's just jump into that. Hallminster Switch, first dungeon of the expansion. I
love this one.
A lot of people love Hallminster Switch.
And
I love
I really
the
like it
music.
too.
I have always felt like an
music is
outsider in this because I never did anything for me. But
That's
yeah.
It was an exciting to like because it felt like a lot was going on around you in the background with the other, the Sin Eaters fighting stuff, and the music was so good.
The music is good. The music of Hallminster Switch is good. I'll give it that. It's so boring. I think it looks boring.
It's very boring.
Really, I think it looks
And with
really
your trust.
nice.
Yeah, I like the look of it, but it's very.
Visually,
it's a long
I prefer it
dungeon.
to the rest of like the source, not the source.
Lakeland?
Yeah, Lakeland.
Source.
Thank you.
Yeah, it felt like more Lakeland than Lakeland.
Yeah.
I'm kind of indifferent about it, but I still think it's a very good first dungeon.
Oh,
especially with the bosses.
Oh yeah,
the bosses and I like. So we'll get to the second boss, obviously, because I just like that there's a link between the MSQ and the the boss that we see.
It's not even the final boss, too.
No, that's true.
no,
So we start with Forgiven Dissonance, which is such a forgettable
that's
boss.
the poster child for the
it's
cinematic.
Yeah,
it's so strange that that's the one they open with.
yeah, that's the Kiribu.
It's the angel thing, yeah.
Not. I will say though, leading up to the first boss, I feel like I'm shitting on it. On the dungeon, I'm not shitting on it. I'm just saying it didn't wow me. But it's. I like seeing. There's like this sequence where like just some animals get turned into Sin Eaters. Like, it's like that reminder. It's not just people. It's just literally everything that's alive that's being turned into this.
Yes.
I like that. But yeah, the first boss. What to say about that, huh? It's a very cut and dry, normal dungeon boss.
It's your first boss of Shadowbringers, and you know what?
Had some interesting AoEs, I guess.
Standard.
Yeah, zooms around back and forth, does some line AoEs. I can't really remember anything else.
A little bit tricky without watching where Thancred's running and stuff. Well,
if you're doing it with trust.
The tank.
Yeah.
You can't do it with Thancred.
Not Thancred.
Crystal
Exarch.
The
Ball.
Exarch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was alright.
Yeah. So that's for Forgiven Dissonance. And then that's when after that you get into like the more open area, which I think looks a little better. I think the forest, I think the opening of the dungeon is what ruins it a little for me, because it's like, just a bland forest.
I like the forest because like Lakeland doesn't really have that.
True.
It's
That's true.
like proper Lakeland.
But when you get into the open area, you kind of see more of the like mayhem that's like unfolding all over.
I like the running around like cow
oh yeah,
senators just in the fields, just back and forth.
Yeah. So yeah, the pulls there are quite satisfying, I think, because you can pull all the way up to like gates. So
if you're doing it with real people, it's quite good.
Yeah. Don't try to do those big pulls with trusts. It's just you're gonna die.
You just need to be prepared.
Yeah. Unless I've done it as a healer, that is easier if you're the healer, but I don't trust the trust healers.
Not alpha now.
No, I can do it as I've done it a couple of times as a paladin. I just heal myself until enough of them are dead. Enough of them are dead, and then I was like, okay, now I can. I'll survive.
Okay, so second boss is Tesleen, which is cool.
It's a lady from Amarang.
Yeah.
Tesleen, so sad.
Yeah. And
she has a long neck.
She has a very long.
She has a very long neck.
She turned Ellison.
Yeah.
So
she Fantasia.
The greatest curse of them all.
So her fight is. It's not great, but it does introduce some mechanics that are you have to think a little bit, like the numbers above your head and all that.
Yeah, the dashes.
Yeah.
I mean that first appeared in Nirvana.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But
but it was bad in Ravana. It's terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
It also does the thing where it like leaves splashes of quum around the arena.
Forgiven Quam. That's true. So
Splats.
Still also not a very, I mean, other than it being cool that it's Tesleen, it's not, it's not crazy, but it doesn't.
It's a nice pop-up text too. She's
Yeah.
somewhat still conscious, and that's fucked up.
Yeah.
This last pull in the dungeon is really annoying.
I hate the last pull.
Towards the gate?
Yeah, when you have to wait, they will not spawn at once. That you have to finish each group.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Let me big pull. I want to pull all. Come on.
Yeah, I don't like gating.
But then you get to the last boss, Philia, and
it's the first Light Warden.
Yeah, the Light Warden.
It's a very cool design.
They're all named after Greek forms of love.
Yes. So yeah, that's a very cool design boss, and he has some cool mechanics, like the spin mechanic.
Quite hard.
Yeah. There's a lot of like really
catch you off guard.
Yes. Yeah. Especially like the spin one, because he does damage in the front and the back, and the front damage is like conal. Like not conal.
No, the front damage is the exaflares. The back damage is the conal one.
Right, that's the one.
So you have to make sure you dodge. Yeah.
So that's
strong start. I mean, all the leveling dungeons in this game are, in my opinion, way better than more challenging than
Is this the first dungeon boss that has used like untelegraphed right and left swings?
Oh.
I feel like that's only, I know, but I feel like that's only appeared in like raids and trials, and
I mean,
it's probably appeared in a normal mode that you've almost got to do, like a required almost, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, would you count like the fore and aft attacks? I guess in like
that's fair.
The Temple of the Fist. I guess.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah, I mean, it's a good start. It shows you right off the bat like the dangers of like the Sin Eaters, and it's a good.
And you just you slurp them up at the end. Just
yeah.
It's also a good time to bring up that like almost all Sin Eater bosses' attacks names are named after medieval torture devices.
That is true.
True. That's true.
Their attacks are torture. Their names are love.
Bring out the writing prop.
Yeah.
which sent me on a very fun Wikipedia search.
I can imagine.
They were good times, Georgi. They were good times in the medieval era.
Mail is a big fan of the medieval era. Okay, moving on. I know that there's gonna. Yeah.
Can we quickly just how does it compare to this first dungeons of Heavensward and Stormblood? I think it's easy.
Way better than Heavensward.
Heavensward
That's definitely better than Dusk Vigil.
Dusk Vigil sucks.
Oh my god.
Dusk Vigil is a nice visual, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The inside, not the outside, but the inside, where it's got the blue flames. I like that.
Sleepy time music.
It's like awful.
What was Stormblood's one?
The Ruby
Siren Song.
I like Siren Song story-wise, actually.
Siren Song was
That
really
really engaging start.
They blew my mind with the ship arriving. You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a
When
good
that
point.
I would say it's maybe on par with Stormblood.
I might say Siren Song is a little bit better overall.
Maybe. I wouldn't say no.
Well, as someone who's not put Holminster Switch anywhere near the top of my list, I think Siren Song was better. Yeah.
Yeah. I personally go with Siren Song.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So this one's gonna get this one's gonna cause a big divide. I think. Don Meg.
This is
Okay, well, Don Meg was used a lot in promotional materials before this.
Yeah, I was bored of it before we even got
How
to the
do
game.
people hate this dungeon?
Well, I think
just
we
because it was
too
shown
much
so
of
much.
it.
Yeah, we saw too much of it, and
It
I
was
never get bored of
ruined.
it.
yeah,
It doesn't help that I find the music really boring, Rolo. Music really helps my ability to tolerate a dungeon over and over again.
Yeah,
It's pretty whimsical.
It's okay.
Alice in Wonderland-esque stuff.
The music was okay.
it's too long.
It's not. It doesn't get me excited, Rolo. I want something exciting when I'm in a dungeon. I don't want to feel whimsy.
You're having a fun time. It's like you're riding the teacups at Disneyland.
They're trying to murder me, Rolo. It's not that fun.
I think it was visually nice, but the music wasn't. It was not Holminster Switch.
But the visuals get old very quickly because it's just head.
I think we have to. Yeah, but I think in your first run through though, like when the flowers form above you as you go through the arch.
That's cool. I like that. That's a cool effect.
It had some nice bits.
I would say that I do think the visuals of the dungeon are pretty good overall.
I will just I don't like. We've said this. We're not really big fans of the zone that it's in either, and that's essentially what this dungeon is. It's just that on crack.
But you're on the back foot here because of Tinseltown and doing the maps and stuff as well.
No. I remember playing this, and I like the first time, and I remember thinking this dungeon is too long. This dungeon takes too long. Like, I remember every time I do this dungeon and I'm at that part with the bees, I'm like, I can't believe there's so much left of this dungeon. I'm at the bees.
The part with the bees is one of the parts that sticks most fondly in my mind.
Okay, well,
I think it also loses points for having the same boss for its first and last. Similar to the Grand Cosmos, which we'll do later.
Yes.
I don't like that.
I like the first boss a lot because it's
Mini Ankthon.
Yeah, and you have to keep on your toes, and I still have very fond memories of
I hate doing that with Trust because the Trust will not attack at all when the water fountains are spawning.
Yeah.
No. They wait, like you should.
We should probably also we didn't talk about that for Holminster Switch. We should talk about monster variety, mob variety. How do you feel about
it was low in
mob variety in Switch is really boring.
Yeah, that's one of my main gripes with Holminster.
I don't think there's a new model at all in Switch other than the bosses.
Right.
No.
Oops, all Sin Eaters.
Yeah. In Don Meg though, it feels like there's more unique. Well, I mean,
there's a lot of variety. I think.
Yeah. Let's talk about the first boss, Ankthon. That's surprise.
He's
also the last
boss,
like we mentioned. I think the mechanic with the water spouts in the ground is interesting.
Goes too long.
Yes.
But it's just free damage. He's not invulnerable. It's
only free damage if you've got. Players.
Yeah, it's a little bit annoying if you're a caster. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Just save your instant cast, okay? Be on your feet. Nowhere to
You
go.
don't have
Triple
enough-
cast. You don't have that much instant cast for the length of that mechanic.
Yeah.
Use
I mean,
your
imagine if you're a
casting.
summoner.
But yeah, as we said earlier, trusts don't attack, so it's not really free damage.
That's your fault for doing it with trust.
All first
Blow
runs
on
are with
purpose.
trust, Rollo. All first runs must be with trust. They have
Alright.
dialogue and stuff.
Yeah.
They talk.
Yeah.
It takes too long. I hate it. I
Yeah.
can't do trust.
Yeah.
You have so little patience that you can't even spend the extra 10 minutes on your first run.
It's like an extra 20. That's what
It's not that long.
Okay.
Yeah,
We really don't have time to get stuck on this. We should also mention that the concept of the dungeon is us literally chasing Ankthon through the dungeon.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is why he's the first and last boss.
Hey, we need the relic thing for one of the 4 relics
crown.
from the Fae.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He was okay.
This
Then you go
dungeon
through.
really sticks out in that it's the only one that doesn't end with a Sin Eater.
yes.
Also
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice little twist on there.
Yeah.
We
I
have
love
that
Rollo trying to
tree.
spin this positivity for Dominic. I mean, I agree. I agree. There
It's
is.
just it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Then we have Griol, which is that tree thing where you
Mhm.
have the tethers that split into 4.
And you
It's
have
I
to
not-
like
grow.
the tether mechanic just because I like the growing is
I
unique.
thought you were gonna say
Yeah.
I like growing.
I mean,
I
My
do like
favorite
growing.
thing.
Yeah, I like
It's-
growing.
I love it when I
It's-
grow.
It's just funny seeing
I
really big Lalafell.
Mhm.
Like,
That's
what's going
funny.
on?
I like when you do it with trusts, they will examine themselves every
Yeah.
time they grow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice. I quite liked that boss.
That
It
one's-
wasn't too long.
Yeah, that's an interesting one with some unique mechanics, which was nice. The
and then
last part
again.
Yeah, the last
This
part.
is the one with that gap in the floor where you walk
The
on the
last
bridge.
boss
It's
is
the
the
only
best boss
good
in the
mechanic.
dungeon.
I love this boss so much. All because of the gap.
Yeah.
Every time I'm in here, I'm like, can I sprint across it fully every time without doing it? I've gotten to the point where it's 8 times out of 10 I can do it. And then 1 times out of 10 I can hop across it by jumping.
I was disappointed that this was the same every time you did it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It should have been had maybe 3 or 4 choices.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I like it's a cool gimmick that they added.
It's a very
like
good
It's
gimmick.
fun.
Yeah.
I like how the trusts approach it. I like how each of them has a different way of clearing the bridge.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like that Reed,
Minfilia. No, Reen.
Chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chat is saying that Alphinaud is the slowest. I'm pretty sure Reen is the
Reen
slowest.
never crosses. She
No, Reen does not. Reen will not cross it in time to
No.
attack the boss.
No.
No.
She even does a whole she even does a oh my god, how embarrassing. When the ground comes back, she's like, oh, it took too long. She doesn't even make it halfway, by the way. She's really fucking
No.
slow.
So
Graha
funny.
is the fastest. Graha will do what you do, Rollo, and run across the entire thing.
Who teleports?
Ariandre.
Ariandre will teleport.
He's
But
way
the
better.
thing is, he's still beaten by Graha because it takes him so long before he starts teleporting.
Right. Yeah. I think the boss is too long. Because it has this whole I think when he turns into the Kukulane or whatever, I think that's unnecessary. I think that's too long.
Maybe.
I think the last part after the Kukulane phase is too long.
Yeah, I mean, there's just odd pacing. It feels like, because when he does the gap thing, I feel like that's the third act of the fight.
Yeah.
After that, we should be doing the final burn on him. When he then does the transformation thing, and then after that, there's more. He transforms back, and there's this whole. I think that's
You got to work on it. If you taken too long, it turned to a frog. That's your fault.
Yeah.
DPS.
It's not actually if you take too long. It's only at the very end if the final phase DPS is too long. It doesn't matter how long you take on the first parts.
No, I
Yeah.
mean when he
But he
turns
does
into a
have an
frog.
enrage, a soft enrage, doesn't he? Where he does the. Does he just do constant
No,
damage?
I
Or
would
is
say
it-
no. He doesn't have a soft enrage.
Oh, am I mixing him up with someone else then? Does he not do anything if you take too long? Oh, is that when you turn into frogs?
That's when he turns into. That's when
Oh.
he turns into a frog.
He turns in. Oh, right.
Yeah.
It's, yeah. Okay, I remember now.
It's the opposite of an
It's
enrage.
been a long time since I don't think I've ever
It's-
done
it's-
it. Have we done
It's
that?
essentially mocking you.
Yeah. It's like, okay, you just kill him now. Okay. Anyways, moving on. That's
Better than better than sushi.
Oh, it's better than sushi. Yeah.
Oh, definitely better than
Yes,
sushi.
I would say it
Sushi
is.
sucks.
I'd say it's maybe slightly better than Somal.
I would say this. Yeah, some are was at least thematic, but this felt
Visually,
like
some
more...
was far less interesting.
Yeah.
True.
I think some all fell down on visuals and maybe some of the bosses, but I liked this one. It was okay. Wouldn't do it too many times though, like Rollo.
Kitana Ravel.
I love this dungeon.
Yeah, this is a nice dungeon.
I like this dungeon.
I love the music in this dungeon. It sounds like Donkey Kong music.
I was going to say it sounds like Sonic Adventure music, but Sonic Adventure
like
1 music.
I know what you're talking about, but it sounds like Donkey Kong music because every now and then there's the noise in the background.
Yeah. It's got gorillas in it. You know, it's got everything you need for a good time.
It's quite hard as well.
This dungeon starts the trend of Sin Eaters in the very final section.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we fight some like big. There's some mini bosses, like gate bosses, like in the very beginning.
These.
Yeah. There's that like necromancy thing, whatever it was.
And there's like AoE dodging mechanics with like a wall to like line of sight. It's an interest. It's.
I liked the start of it. It was a bit more exciting than just a corridor.
Yeah. The first boss is a little bit boring, I think.
The first boss.
Yeah.
Can I even remember it? What's that one?
The only real mechanics that the first boss has is untelegraph. It can do untelegraphed punches in the left and right, and then there's also the statues in the background of the arena that will light up every now and then.
Here was the. How would you even describe it? The frog golem thing.
It's the wake up boss because you kind of have to pay attention for that one.
I'll say, by the way, this dungeon and Don Meg 2 have some of the best like leveling gear and Shadowbringers, I would say.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
the
gear
weapons
in here is amazing.
Also, the weapons are the most high-res weapons in the game.
Weirdly high-res!
Yes.
Why?
So strange.
I like it.
Yeah. I had to get all the weapons for that because of that. Because I love it's such a visual. You see it so clearly. Like the white mage cane is like this big round disc, and you can see every fucking symbol on it. Like clear,
like it doesn't look
crisp.
crunchy.
No.
Like why?
I don't know. It's very strange. So the second boss is the Bat Squatch.
I love Bat Squatch.
Oh, I like the acrobats that attack you.
I don't remember.
I also think that's a funny name.
The acrobats? The bats that just come.
They're just called acrobats.
Oh yeah. But the Bat Squatch is this.
Bat Squatch should be a mount.
It should be.
It has.
I love Bat Squatch.
It has. This is. I feel like this whole dungeon is all about like paying attention because
this was a hard fight. I think I wiped on this on my first go with the trust. This one
might have done that too.
The outgoing damage when it bounces up and down, combined with the AOE's that spawn just randomly from the falling rocks, is pretty high.
Yeah.
It was a tough dungeon.
Yeah.
I'll say, I think, okay, am I just going crazy? Or do the pillars fall where their shadows are? Right? Is that it?
That's what I've theorized, but I am not 100% sure even to this day.
Yeah, I'm like, I feel like I've been hit before and the shadow was like...
Yeah, I don't know.
Didn't line up.
That's a good... I have never thought about that, actually. That
you got to pay a lot of attention.
Yeah. All right.
So the final part of the dungeon is very pretty.
We're outside there, which is really
the gorillas.
Nice. We do the you jump down the waterfalls.
You can bring the gorillas forward to spawn earlier if you run back.
Yeah,
gorilla skip.
Yeah,
gorilla skip or kick.
And the last boss is Eros.
This is like the gorilla-y thing without the lips.
It's a Cerberus.
This is
a Cerberus one. Yes, storage is the.
It has a cool like suck-in blowout mechanic where you have to like place the puddles because one of you get like an extra, or do we all get puddles? I think, or is it just one? I think
no, only one person does. Yeah. Every time one person will get a puddle, and the other ones will be placed in specific locations.
Right. Which I think is interesting. Again, there's that attention theme here where you have to like you kind of have to pay attention. There's also like I think this is the first time in a dungeon. Yeah, we were only 3 dungeons in where you get that tether where if you're too close, it will have that threatening thing on it.
It first appears in Google Hard.
No, I'm talking about Shadowbringers. But yeah, this is a very
in Shadowbringers, yes,
it's very common now.
I like that Bad Attack is called Bad Out of Heaven when normally Bad Attack is called Bad Out of Hell.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the Kitana
Very
Rabble.
good dungeon.
I think it's
very good dungeon.
It's not a dungeon. Yeah, it's all right.
I can see how it's forgettable to some people. It's not as good as Bardam's Medal.
No, beaten by Bardam's Medal in my opinion too.
Sure.
Airy was blah.
Airy was just
the area is surprisingly disappointing for the first dungeon where you fight Nidhogg.
Yeah.
It was a bit. I mean, it felt epic going into it, and then the actual dungeon.
Yeah, you get that very long cutscene at the start, which you always have to wait for new players.
Never forget. Rollo rated this 10 out of 10 because it was
purple. For God's sake, shut up.
I mean, aesthetically looks cool.
Yeah,
I agree.
But Kitana,
you get the old.
Yeah. All right. I see a lot of people not. Well, I think Bardam's Medal is like one of those dungeons that just you either love it or you hate it.
Oh, I loved it.
I like the Simon Says. It's a nice change of pace.
Yes. I like that they tried something like completely different for that dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes,
okay, so Malika's Well.
This is the Stone Vigil of Shadowbringers. This is the sleepy time dungeon.
Really?
I partially agree with you.
I think I used to think that, and I've grown fonder of it with time.
I've gone on a different. I loved this dungeon, and I have since not loved it. I think it's lost its charm. It lost its charm very quickly. I liked the aesthetic of like an abandoned, like it used to be a place of work, and then the Sin Eaters came and they had to abandon it, and it's slowly been like moving through it.
It was a place of work, and then it became like a haven for the rich.
Yes,
in the first part.
Yes, that's true. And then the Sin Eaters started to slowly like just like eat it up. And I love when you get to that point where you like where you see that wall of like just white. Like this is where like the infestation is at this point. I like that.
It's the first place we see 13 puddings in this game.
Yeah, true. The music is a little slow.
It's very monotonous. There's a part I do like, but it takes a long time to get there.
It's a long wind up for that. I know which part.
It's very atmospheric. It's almost kind of like something I'd hear in like a horror game, you know?
Yeah.
And like if the dungeon fit that a bit more, where it was a bit like more ominous and like creepy and not just abandoned Sin Eater mine.
Right. Yeah.
It's not very creepy. It's theming makes it you think it should be though.
Yeah.
I think I'm kind of siding with Rollo. Like the aesthetic was very good. But
I hate the first boss.
Kind of, Oh yeah, the armadillo. To be fair, I think I also wiped on the armadillo. I think he was quite strong.
Armadillo is actually, there's a lot of unforgiving mechanics in that fight.
Yeah.
Yes, there are.
So a lot of people that's a wipeable boss. Definitely.
I hate the armadillo because I feel like it always takes so long.
Oh yes.
And then it does that. I hate it when bosses do that, when they do like that forced like I am invulnerable for a sec now. I'm like, oh, spare me. I've been here 20 times. Please let me leave. So second boss, I think we're just gonna have to do the bosses now. Well, there's one thing. What do you feel about the mechanic with the golems that are slowly assembling?
I kind of like it because you can destroy like most of them. Before they even spawn.
I think that's always fun. It's like, hey, if your DPS is good enough, skip this poll.
Right.
I like that.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. Second boss is the Talos, the amphibious Talos. I hate that it's called amphibious. It's just a fucking Talos with a bucket for a head.
It's funny looking, but it wasn't that interesting.
Is there like a triple triad card that tells you why? Like, for what purpose?
It was carrying water.
He's a Skyrim NPC and he was being robbed.
Lovable boy. Love him.
It was okay.
Okay, boss. It has a spin mechanic.
He was a little strong, but he didn't do much.
Yeah.
And then there was Storage. And this was the monkey one, right? This was the gibbon.
No, this is the one that's
abstract
like flying,
the Picasso
the
painting.
flying bits and pieces.
Yeah.
A cube.
Yeah.
No, not the cube.
Not the
No,
cube.
the cube's whimsy.
It's the one that's just like a round face that floats around like.
And then a bunch of like wings.
Yeah. No, yeah. I remember it now.
It's
it makes the cube AOE.
I like how.
Though,
yes.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
Cube AOE.
The ones where it either does cross AOEs or it does the circles.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it was.
I like that mechanic with the like pay attention to what I'm doing, and then now it's going to show up on all these like
Census.
Yeah.
I think mechanically it's cool. I think it needs way more. It repeats its mechanic really quickly.
Yes.
But I think Intestinal Crank is a cool name.
Intestinal Crank, yeah. That's a
Give
cool
it a
name.
yank.
Yeah, that's
a bit of a mad dungeon for me.
Because it doesn't have that many mechanics, it feels very long.
Yeah.
It just repeats the same pattern over and over and over and over again until it is dead. So, and it does have a lot of HP, so you're going to see that mechanic at least 3 or 4 times where you do the like, the circle.
Yeah.
Okay, Dungeon Vault was better. Doma
Vault's
Castle
definitely
sucked.
better.
Doma Castle blows us out the water.
It'd probably worse than both the Vault and Doma.
But actually, yeah, probably
But
true.
I don't think it's. I personally don't dislike it as much as I think everyone else does here. I think
Here's fucking
this
poo-poo.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Mount Golg.
Mount Golg.
This one was a real visual
I can
treat for me because of the Sin Eater stuff.
Yeah, sorry, we'll get to that, but I'm just going to say right now, we're definitely continuing this next week because this.
Yeah.
Let's finish the main
just finish-
ones and we'll do
yeah,
the patch ones next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Mount Golg, yeah, like you said, this was a visual
such a-
treat.
Yeah, because it was like the really boring, ugly rock with this pristine alabaster and gold.
Yeah, but then also you have the parts where the giant Talos will punch the rock
That
out of
was
the
so
way.
cool. It was
I
like
love
cinematic.
Yeah.
the giant Talos. Like it's such like a cool visual to like run up his arms. Like,
Yeah.
the scale of this dungeon feels really, really cool.
And the music is so good.
Very good.
This
Dungeon hit pretty much everything for me.
Yeah. This is
Maybe
this one's up
the
there
first
for me.
boss was a bit bleh, but the second boss was good and the last boss. Was
Let's not forget that when we played this at launch, that last half very bright. It's very
good. The AoEs.
They had to, for those that don't know, they had to nerf that, so it is not as bright anymore. But you couldn't see AoEs on the ground.
No.
So
it was better like that.
for certain attacks, I just thought, they're not telegraphed, untelegraphed attacks, guys.
You just get hit by AoEs.
Yeah.
That's just how this works now.
Okay, so the first boss is the lion.
Vorthry's lion.
Yeah, it has
With a little penis. Look straight down.
Had forgotten about
Oh yeah,
that.
that's
If you look
forgot
straight
about
down,
that.
there's the
There
penis.
is the penis. There you go. So it has like this mechanic with the wind thing that you have to pay attention to. I don't actually remember quite how it works. Ramad, you know what I'm talking about? Like he does the fuck.
Not really.
He
To
has
be
a
honest with you.
mechanic. He has a
does have a
mechanic.
mechanic.
Guys, he
It's
has
the one-
a mechanic. Trust me.
It's the one where it has like 3 cones of AoEs, and then in random areas there are like feathers. I think they are.
Right.
Or like wind ether, or I assume light ether actually. And you have to like pay
it's probably
attention so
light.
that you don't get caught in the like circle AoEs where those appear, as well as the cones that spawn
Yes.
around it as well.
Astral wind.
Astral wind.
It's a
So it
little-
is wind. Okay, it's light wind.
Well, no, I assume it's
kind of similar a little bit to the second boss of Siren Song, actually. The mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So AoE dance for the Forgiven Cruelty. Well, we have to
Whimsy was
Well, we have to mention before we get there. That's where there's a transition point where we go from like the mountainous bit into this looks like a datascape at first. It looks like fucking Kingdom Hearts.
Beautiful.
Where there's like just cubes like forming. It's building this.
It's like constructing itself before your eyes as you move up. It's so cool.
Yeah. And then we get to see Demon Wall again as Silly Eater, a Demon Wall.
This one was way better.
Demon Wall.
This was a Rubik's Cube.
What? No, I'm talking. No,
I think he's talking about the ads.
I'm talking about the gates before you actually get in. Like, you have to fight a demon wall.
These are the ones that had the very near impossible to see AoEs.
This was the one.
Yeah.
There you get through there, and now you actually get to this cube boss, Forgiven Whimsy, which essentially shows you where the AoE is going to show up on the floor.
Only if you're paying attention to the boss.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's an interesting
it's a cool
boss
visually.
Yeah.
It's not very hard. I think it's easier than the first boss.
Yeah.
I would agree, but it kind of had that like Bardam's vibe in a way. Like it was.
It's like they were playing with.
Yeah.
I like when you defeat it, the cubes just collapse everywhere.
Yeah.
It has the satisfaction of knocking over like a tower of blocks when you're a child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so going to the last part. Oh, we should, before you actually get to the last boss, there's kind of like a mini boss thing with, is that where there's like a...
It's a toothpaste man, but made out of like cum.
Yeah.
Is he made of cum? Is he white?
He is white.
Okay, so he is. So he's
Forgiven toothpaste.
So Vol 3 has like, he's
Forgiven.
He's built a snowman. You could say.
Oh yeah, sorry, it has to be the bad version. Yeah. Forgiven plant.
Vol 3 built a snowman, and then you break through that, and then you get to the boss, Forgiven Obscenity, which.
And this is that girl who had been.
No, I don't think it's that because I think she exists beforehand. I think that's just something that the community has canonized in their minds.
Yeah.
But she's still a musical boss, and she was cool. She was the one. She was like the.
I mean,
attractive. Like
it's very possible. There's been many songstresses that have been turned into Sin Eaters.
Yeah.
I will say, surprisingly, they definitely kept like the sexiness of Sin Eaters pretty like tame. Like I kind of expected like a lot of like angel booby stuff almost, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that wasn't the case, everyone. I think it's fine that it's here too, of course.
Yeah.
It was a good level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then there's the two other dungeons of the expansion.
Whoa.
Did we even talk about the mechanics of Forgiven Obscenity?
Oh, sorry, there's the ring mechanics. We are just very we're okay.
I know.
Rings.
There's also the beams that come like from the front end of the arena.
Oh yeah, there's that. She
was fairly interesting.
She has a lot of interesting mechanics actually.
Yeah.
She was cool.
Some of which were repeated in the trial that followed.
Innocence follows straight after. But better than Google and Abania by far.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I have
it's
to
definitely it's the perfect. You're about to finish the expansion dungeon or
the music, the crazy visuals. It was all very it wowed me a lot more than the other two dungeons did. Yeah,
I think I'm higher on both Google and Abania. I think I'm very high on Abania compared to most people, but I do think that this is the best of the three.
Yeah, I like the other. I like Abania.
I like Google.
Abania is an underrated dungeon.
I think Abania is underrated because visually it's very boring.
Yeah, it's just a castrum, isn't it? So
Google was good. It was mechanically challenging, but this one's
I like everything. But I think I like this one more.
So in fear of I don't want us to rush through, especially Amarat. Do you think maybe we should save that for next week so that we can?
I'm okay with that.
Because now we've done the leveling dungeons technically. We're
up to level 80.
Yeah. So
that's for experts.
Yeah. This is experts only beyond this point. So
we can just combine with the bosses, I guess, next time, right?
Yeah.
Trials.
I think you're overestimating how much time.
No. We've
We'll
gone
talk
through
a lot
1,
about
2,
these.
3, 4, 5 dungeons.
5
now.
dungeons. Yes.
We started late. You know?
Yeah, that's true. Let's dungeons
We'll just
next
pace
week.
ourselves better next week.
It will just be dungeons next week, and then if we have time at the end, Rollo, we always have MogMail. We don't have to do another part of the review.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. That also means that if we have a lot of time next week, we can go more in depth with the dungeons. And I feel like Amaranth especially and the twinning are like very interesting dungeons. Sorry, we forgot to pull minimum eye level. So we will do that now. Let's see. All right. So what we've done is we failed last week. So
it will go back in.
It'll go back in, but I will not. I'm not going to put it back in right now.
No, we want to have the variety of not having it 2 weeks in a row. All right, go on, do your bets. And Lukiel, you're not allowed to say Sastasha.
Okay.
I want Montgug.
Mangulg.
I want Sorkai. Give me a different.
The burn.
Mount.
I'm gonna say Dusk Vigil.
Okay.
Oh, you love boring dungeons, don't you?
No, I'm picking them because I don't want them to be picked.
Yeah, I know.
It's an odd choice.
All right.
All right.
Shit, it's still so full that it's very difficult to like mix or like. All right.
Remember, if you get your prediction right, you win respect.
Okay.
All right, here we go. We're going to. The Great Gooble Library Hard.
Yeah. Hard. Hard is good.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
But what?
Now, what's a really
fresh hell are we going to do? Oh, yeah, how are we going to do this? Let's figure that out.
Google Hard the one with all the lore about like Fire Raja versus Fire 3 and stuff?
Yes. Oh, that one might have been normal. Actually,
no, normal is the Dragon Gay.
Oh yeah, the boy in the Dragon Gay.
I thought Hard was Dragon Gay.
Alright, well, we're gonna find out tomorrow.
Well, we'll find out tomorrow. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, we've made a change. You'll see the very cramped one next, like right to the right of no tank stance. It says no HUD and amp for some reason. Roll swap.
Oh my god, no.
Yeah, it's because no HUD is too easy. Let me just fix.
Yeah, Rollo, we can't just do no HUD.
Oh god, I mean, I agree, but you better hope I don't go.
Okay, I'm gonna try to fix that. All right.
Same, Rollo, because I don't know where any of my buttons are.
All right, here we go.
It always spins for longer than you think.
Oh, tanks!
Ooh. That's gonna be a challenge. We might need 2 paladins, and one of them is a dedicated healer.
No, we have to go as all 4 different tanks.
Oh, that is true, yeah. Well, I have 2 options.
Well, oops.
I thought
all
you wanted to be
tanks.
Gunbreaker.
I've got paladin and gunbreaker.
Lukiel is a paladin.
That's true.
Yeah, I can do gunbreaker. Rollo is Dark Knight, I guess.
I mean, Lukiel can technically do all of them, but I feel paladin is the most.
I feel like it's
job
the most
for Lukiel to play as.
Yeah.
Fine by me. Have you got a warrior?
I do have a warrior.
All right. Well, there you go. Great
There you
Google
go. See you
Library
tomorrow.
Hard. Oops. All tanks. So that's it. Thanks for watching the show. That's the main show over. Remember to catch the post show. That's coming later. Remember to follow on Twitter at SpeakersXIV, twitch.tv/SpeakersOfHeidland, youtube.com/SpeakersXIV, exclamation Discord in chat if you want to join. Wait, what did I say? Exclamation Discord in chat if you want to join our Discord server. If you're watching on demand, link is in the description. Send us MogMail, speakersxiv.com/MogMail, and that's it. We'll see you in the post show if you're watching live. If not, we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.